Please welcome to the blue corner for your next fight, Brian Gutierrez.
All right, fight fans, this is our unofficial featured bout of the night. Brian Gutierrez versus Ortega. This is going to be an awesome, awesome contest. Brian Gutierrez coming off a brutal KO win in his last fight. This young light flyweight has power in the hands. You see Mark Beecher in his corner representing Hyena Muay Thai, Lions Den MMA. Man, he's good, he's fast, he's super technical. A record of 3-2. The 2 losses coming from wrestlers, guys who tried to grind him out. And man, and he doesn't get finished easily on the ground either. And he's learned how to grapple since, but I'll tell you guys, pay attention to the speed and technique of this young man's striking. I mean, the babyface killer, really. And Brian Gutierrez here. I was a fan of his after his debut fight. Just like a critically effective Muay Thai striker. Cardio for days.
You know, it's like you said earlier to me, there's this new generation of younger fighters that are coming out. These guys have been training since they were 5 years old. The second they started to be able to walk, their parents had them in the MMA gym training with guys like you, where their coaches are very successful veteran fighters that have been around the block.
Yeah, let's meet his opponent.
Please welcome to the red corner, Israel Ortega.
I mean, yeah, like you were saying, Jay Gutierrez having Beecher in his corner. Israel Ortega representing Elite MMA, another team that's been around forever. Now, this is one of those fights. I mean, Ortega can stand. He can certainly grapple, though. And, you know, Hyena Muay Thai being a striking gym, Elite MMA being more of a grappler-heavy gym. This is another striker versus grappler fight. I would imagine Ortega's got the game plan to get this one down to the ground. But we will see. And we have more on this. Here's Amanda in the cage.
Matchup is pitting 2 really young and talented kids against each other. We have Ortega, who has shown to be a monster on the mat, but he says given the opportunity, he will go in for a knockout. And he's pinned up against Brian Gutierrez, who has been known to show his love of big combos and super fast striking. So let's see if Brian will pick up his 4th straight victory, or will Ortega go with his 4th submission win.
Thank you for that information, Amanda. I also cannot wait to see. We have our teletype here. Both guys so young. Gutierrez, I think the first time in his career, the older fighter. See Ortega with the height advantage. Both guys coming in under the weight limit. Ortega slightly longer reach. Both guys very similar in the experience. Cannot wait for this fight to get started. Here's Wayne.
Ladies and gentlemen, your next fight, brought to you by the Cock of the Walk, Warbringer Whiskey, is scheduled for 3 rounds in the Fury Amateur Series Flyweight Division. Introducing your first competitor, fighting out of the blue corner. This Hyena Muay Thai fighter stands 5 feet, 5 inches tall, and he weighed in officially at 124.4 pounds. Fighting out of Houston, Texas, by way of San Gabriel, California, his amateur record stands at 3 wins, 2 losses. Here is Brian El Gallo Negro Gutierrez. And introducing his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. This elite mixed martial artist stands 5 feet, 7 inches tall, and he weighed in at 125.6 pounds. Fighting out of Houston, Texas, he holds an amateur record of 3 victories, only 1 defeat. This is Israel El Pee-wee Ortega. Your referee in charge, Jeff Rexroad.
All right, we got Jeff Rexroad, 3rd man in the cage.
Yeah, in Gutierrez's last win, he threw a low kick, and as the guy came forward, he threw a cross hook, and I think it was that left hook that just put him out. It was lightning quick. It was cool because he had the kick and then a pull in the combination. Ooh,
that was good.
As Ortega's firing some beautiful strikes of his own.
Yeah, Ortega came in right on a 3-2.
Ortega is a slightly bigger fighter.
Looks like Gutierrez felt like he needed to come back with his own little barrage.
Yeah, and he landed well. He's faster than Ortega. Ortega, he packs a good pop, and he's landing. It's the third good strike Ortega's landed. 2 punches and a good high kick. Oh, good right hand there and high kick. Oh, drops him with a caught kick counter left hook there.
Oh.
Uchimata.
Couldn't quite get the Uchimata. Wasn't able to turn out enough. Gutierrez slightly recovering a little bit off of that glancing punch.
Hey, Gutierrez had dropped Ortega. He caught the high kick and then threw that left hook and dropped him with it, but that allowed Ortega to shoot in.
Yeah, it was like the pace was a little too chaotic, so when he went for that Uchimata, it wasn't quite set in, so he lost like balance, actually. Didn't even get the throw started.
Yeah, so the Uchi, when it's done from that overhook, from that whizzer, you have to like really drive the shoulder pressure down so you can plant your feet on the ground hard and then re-enter with that inner thigh throw. I don't think he ever was able to manipulate the weight of Ortega.
Oftentimes, you kind of want them to push back into you so you can kind of run away from them a little bit.
Yeah, get him chasing.
Exactly.
A little bit of blood coming out of the nose there of Ortega as he makes the most of his time on top. Passes the guard. He's got to deal with the underhook, though.
Now, in Gutierrez's mind, he's like, I dropped you right before this. I just need to get back to my feet.
Notice Gutierrez threaded Darce choke, and that made Ortega flatten back out.
He's looking to get his arm under the chin. There it is. Can't quite get it. Needs to really focus on locking the position down before he starts attacking that neck.
And there's a nice reversal. And get up there,
nice.
Gutierrez.
Gutierrez back on his feet.
Ortega, though, still throwing these big, hard strikes. Ooh.
Mouthpiece is popped out on the side of the cage.
Is effectively like letting Ortega throw and land so he can throw back. Gutierrez is so much faster. For every one big punch that Ortega throws, Gutierrez lands 3. Really good first round. Just kind of like the people's fight of the night candidate on this fight card.
Really good work. You see they actually had scrambled over to where that mouthpiece had landed too.
Yeah, Gutierrez snagged it. He'll put it back in himself. Man, some great action here on round 1.
Kind of reminds me of
Bam, yeah.
That mouthpiece falling out reminds me of when you fought
Reese McKee.
Reese, and then they couldn't find the mouthpiece. He had to go get a second one.
No, he didn't have a second one. His mouthpiece fell under the cage.
Yeah.
It took him like 10 minutes to get it. It was so funny. My coach was like, come on, man. And Reese, my opponent, looked at me, was like, your guy knocked it out. And he was like, all right, fair enough.
Yeah.
it was really funny. I hit him with a knee and it popped out of there. Man, good fight. You know, Ortega, bigger in the weight class, a little more physical, but Gutierrez is just fast, and he's down to throw.
Yeah, every time Gutierrez gets in close, I mean, the chaos starts.
I'd say if Gutierrez didn't knock him down with that left hook off that caught kick, that would have been an Ortega round for the damage and the takedown, but I think since the one knockdown happened from Gutierrez, a sharp judge will probably give him that off of the potential fight ending mechanics.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, he's just stepping backwards and throwing those big hooks. If he changes it up with a little straight punch right in the middle of it. Ooh.
Nice, good right hand.
Good level change. The wrestling is coming off for Gutierrez. The wrestling is coming off of getting hit hard. But then he's entering in well.
And a nice body lock trip there for Ortega.
Trip on, top position. He's doing a good job of using his hips to collapse over the top of the legs. So Ortega's not going to be able, or excuse me, Gutierrez isn't able to hit a good solid guard recovery. You see now he's kind of working himself into a leg lace. Really solid work from Ortega on this top position.
Yeah, if Ortega can get that right arm crossface, now double trouble back into like almost a leg drag. Put him in side control. It's a sequence we use at our gym a lot.
You know, Ortega did a good job. He got caught with a couple of punches, level changed and then entered and took over the fight
the moment that the striking didn't go his way, he utilized his grappling. Very, very high fight IQ there.
Yeah, this one, so we saw a striker versus grappler in our first MMA fight of the night, and the grappler, props to him, was like standing and banging with the striker, but the striker ended up knocking him out in the first round.
Yeah.
I think this was smart from Israel Ortega to, get this fight to the ground, as I think that's really his best chance of winning, because Gutierrez was just too fast. He was able to throw, for every one strike Ortega threw, Gutierrez would throw 3. Ortega's the bigger fighter. He's got the better grappling credentials. Why would he not look to take this fight to the ground as he's threatening a head and arm choke?
Yeah, I was about to say, it looks like he's trying to get this head and arm in. He's got his legs stuck, and he's attempting to squeeze the head through, but I was about to say, he needs to get the arms locked in correctly and then get his body placed more.
He's got a hand fight as Gutierrez back to his feet. It's a successful get up. Ortega looking to reshoot. Classic single legs can be very hard to finish here in MMA. You heard Ortega's coach say, let's go, run the pipe. That means like a classic single leg, like back step and squat.
Now he's scooped up both legs for a little double leg scoop. That was a really good transition.
Yeah, that takedown also looked and sounded grand.
Yeah.
Now granted, Ortega's got a ton of control time in round 2, but he did absorb a huge flurry in the beginning. But I think with the 2 takedowns, oh, hey, nice Darce choke. This is deep.
Yeah.
There's not a ton of time left.
Looks like,
survives the round.
Tight enough.
I think Ortega takes 2. The takedown, the control time, the submission threat there at the end. I don't think the flurry in the first 10 seconds perhaps was enough, but some judges may think, because they judge us solely off of damage. Great fight here going into 3. We have this fight and 2 more bouts before our co-main and main event. There will be a small intermission before our 2 title fights.
So at this point, you're thinking and saying to your student who is the striker, we got to be a little more conscious of where our feet placement is and when we're planting and striking and exiting. That's what I'm thinking I would be saying to my fighter right at this point, if I'm trying to coach to him winning with his striking.
Yeah, so that's one of those things. Like, the takedown's coming no matter what. So if he's too patient and gets backed up, he's going to get his back on the cage and get taken down. And then if he's too aggressive and tries to hit him too hard, he's going to overcommit and get taken down on the same. It really is a fine line.
I like to call it a happy medium.
Yeah, yeah. I think keeping the center, though. Oh, nice high kick there from Ortega.
That's the other thing about going into the 3rd round when you've already been taken down for 2 rounds. In your head, you're so worried about the takedown, you almost
right. But again, I think it's the volume of Gutierrez and the speed that's just been challenging for Ortega to figure out.
And I think, honestly, what's going to happen is Ortega, the second Gutierrez starts to do a little bit better on the striking, he's going to shoot that double again.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just good fight IQ, listening to the coaches, still threatening takedowns just to keep him guessing. And so Ortega's doing a really good job of just like slowly being the determining factor of his grappling winning this fight. Although right now he really is trying to commit to this striking.
Nice right hand there from Gutierrez.
Now this is kind of falling into the scenario. Now Gutierrez is getting his comfortability back. Now he's getting some of his fluidity back on committing to the striking onslaught. So does Ortega keep risking trying to stay standing with him? Ooh.
Ortega's coaches are begging him for a takedown.
Trying to get a little spinning back kick or maybe a heel kick in, but it's not quite 100% committed. Gutierrez is just so cautious on the takedown.
He has a good little two-punch combo. I think Ortega's thrown more here in round 3. Gutierrez has to get some action going, some activity running if he wants to win this fight.
Ooh. A little short hook from Ortega on that combo exchange. Oh, and there's the level change. Couldn't quite get in, but he uses the double leg attempt to go to the body lock and take him to the cage. Again, it's just every time Gutierrez commits to the combo, if Ortega's not in the combo with him, then he's level changing it on the double. In the last 10 seconds of the fight now.
Ooh.
Little flurry attempt at the end, couldn't quite get it done. Gutierrez attempting to finish the fight right at the end, couldn't quite get there.
Ortega's asking for the belt, and you got to make sure he gets his hand raised first.
Yeah, yeah.
It was a fun fight. Man, Gutierrez just unloaded there in the last barrage of punches. Fun fight, though. Honestly, I don't know who takes this one. Round 1, off all day. Gutierrez, round 2, Ortega, round 3. Could have gone either way.
Yeah.
Ortega a little more active in round 3 to start, but that finish from Gutierrez was something to note. Curious how the judges see it. We'll know here in just a moment. We have some middleweights up next, and then one final flyweight fight, then a brief intermission, and then our 2 title fights, our co-headliner and our main event. 10 potential rounds of action, though I don't think we'll see all 10.
All right, judges have handed off his decision to Wayne. He's making his way back into the cage. Make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of combat, we go to the judges' scorecards for your decision. Brought to you by Warbringer Whiskey. Judge Chance Williams scores the fight 30-27 Ortega. Judge William Dean scores the fight 29-28 Gutierrez. And Lucky Lauren Murphy scores the fight 29-28, declaring your winner by split decision, Israel El Pee Wee Ortega.